I got some videos I wanna watch with y'all. It's called Why Coryxkenshin Keeps Leaving YouTube. I saw this last night and I was like, y'all know I fuck with Coryxkenshin. I have his number, bro. I just am scared to text him. I'm scared to call him. Like I really have no reason to call him, and if I have no reason to talk to somebody, I won't bother them. But yeah, bro, Cory goes through a lot with YouTube, and it kind of sucks because he talks about it. And I've talked about it before, and it's scary when someone as massive as Coryxkenshin goes through shit on platforms, because you work your way up as a creator to get as big as someone like Cory, right? But I'll go through shit on my end as a content creator where platforms kind of fuck with me and shit gets fucked up on my end, and I have no one to turn to because I'm not huge on apps. Being someone like Cory who's huge and still having problems with platforms is like scary as a content creator, bro. It's like, damn, like, am I always gonna have some sort of a problem?
Over the years, Coryxkenshin has built a reputation of not only being one of the biggest gaming channels on YouTube with a sub count of over 17 million subscribers, he's also been known for his frequent hiatuses from the platform, where he will abruptly stop uploading for months on end, with more often than not complete radio silence on all of his social medias, which leads fans to speculate about what he is up to and when he will inevitably return. So why does a YouTuber like Coryxkenshin, with such a big fan base, decide to do this? And more importantly,
it sucks that content creators can't leave for a bit without losing followers and subscribers. Like, damn, we need to start doing seasons of some shit. Motherfuckers need a break. Yeah, I mean, that's just the name of the game, man. Posting gets you engagement, engagement gets you followers, or keeps you from losing followers. Just is what it is.
Fan base decide to do this? And more importantly, how has he managed to stay relevant and maintain his viewership when so many others in his genre would quickly be forgotten about the moment they stop uploading? Before we get to that though, we have to figure out why Coryxkenshin is so inconsistent with his upload schedule in the first place. To answer that, I decided to go all the way back to when he first started uploading content back in 2009, almost 15 years ago. His first couple of videos are about what you would expect from that time period. Skits and vlogs, typically filmed on a low quality webcam with pretty minimal editing. Cory would upload this style of content on and off with pretty minimal results, with a couple of well-performing videos here and there, but for the most part he would not really see any major success with this style of content, which is the main reason why on September 30th, 2011, Cory would post his final video before a 2-year hiatus from the platform, the first of many to come. And something that will be important for later in the video. When Cory came back to YouTube in 2013, he began to upload his first few gameplay videos, more specifically horror gameplays, something that was growing in popularity on YouTube at the time. This was also around the time his channel started to gain momentum, but there was one game in particular that would push his channel's growth to new heights, that game being Five Nights at Freddy's. The game was exploding in popularity at the time, and the amount of YouTube Let's Players that were playing the game and displaying it to their audience were only adding fuel to the
Should I play Five Nights at Freddy? I've never played it.
fire. So combine the fact that you're already known for being a horror gameplay YouTuber, and a game that's rapidly growing in popularity in your own niche that you're well known for, and you have the recipe for a viral video. And this series would prove to be widely successful for Cory, as they would gain millions of views, and gain him a ton of new subscribers. And from that point on, Cory would remain consistent with his upload schedule, usually posting every day. This would lead his channel to reach 100,000 subscribers by late 2015. It was also at this point where his channel would start growing even more rapidly. About 6 months later, he hit 500,000 subscribers, and then he closed out 2016 with 1 million. And this was only the beginning, as his channel only got more popular with every single passing year. However, it's important to note that during this time period, Cory would become notorious.
I was just thinking, like, I think I'm not talking enough.
Breaks from YouTube. He would have a hot streak where he would upload daily, and then seemingly disappear for months on end, with usually no updates on any of his social media platforms, leading fans to guess about when he would come back. Then at random, he would go right back to uploading, and the cycle would just continue. In 2018, he took a 4-month break at the beginning of the year, and also 2 more shorter ones just in that year alone. So what exactly was the reason for all these abrupt hiatus?
I'm pretty sure this is when his shit kept getting taken down. And I think him and, like, he got a video taken down, but Markiplier didn't. And then he had made a video about it, and instead of reinstating his video, they just took Markiplier's down. but he like shed light on like the hypocrisy of it all.
This is
I
from
could be
YouTube.
wrong. I don't know the timeline.
Now,
but
while he may have different reasons for each one, I think it's pretty safe to assume that creative burnout was a major factor in this. Now, usually when a YouTube channel starts growing rapidly, the next step for that YouTuber would be to hire an editor to handle all the video editing work that goes into.
little ad break. Jordan, I know you're watching this. Thank you for everybody. W's in the chat for him, man. He's the one that takes all the VODs and puts them on YouTube, and leave this into the YouTube video. If you're watching this YouTube video, comment down below W. I'm gonna say Jersden. I think that's what he likes to be called. W Jersden, man. W's in the chat.
To a video so that the YouTuber would have more time for different things like recording more content or handling merch drops or sponsorships, all of the typical business that comes with running a YouTube channel. But Coryxkenshin was a rare exception to this because even as his channel grew and the demand for more consistent high quality content increased, he never hired an editor. He always—
And that's the craziest fucking thing in the world. Yeah, I don't know if any of you guys have ever edited before, but that takes forever. It takes forever. 1, 2, like the amount of time you could spend, like, instead of editing, creating content and delegating editing to an editor, bro. It's like, no wonder this motherfucker had burnout all the time. Like, no wonder. It's because he was doing everything. Like, even like, bro, I barely have a team. I just hired Jerson as an editor. And he's like the first person I've hired, like, in my whole content like career. And it's like the fact that takes such a toll off of me. And Cory was doing the content creating and the editing, like, bro, that's just different. And he did it for years. He's doing it for years.
Did everything himself, and his reasoning behind this decision, according to him, is because he prefers his own style of editing.
Yep. Another thing about editing is like it's like a style, bro. It's like I went through hella editors, and Jerson was the one that was just the most, like, if I was a good editor, this is how I would edit, you know? And it's like you build a relationship with an editor. So it's like with him, I know that, like, we're still working the kinks out of what I like and what he can do for the videos, but like in a year from now, it's just gonna be like, we don't even need to talk. It's just gonna be synergy. But it takes a while to get to that point.
And actually enjoys doing it too, which is a completely fair reason as it gives him complete control of how his videos are gonna look. But the downside to this is that there is a lot of editing that goes into each of Cory's videos, which can be very time consuming to do and stressful when taking into account the fact that he usually uploads daily when he's not on break. So he has to plan the video, spend hours recording
he's making content
it, then
all day.
on top of all of that, spend some more hours
Are you
editing,
still editing
which
your
to someone
TikTok
who
video?
isn't a
Yeah,
content
yes.
creator might not sound like
But
much.
but editing on TikTok is not the same as editing a full-length YouTube video. Like, bro, it takes me like no time at most, and we're talking about, it's rare it takes this long, 20 minutes. What takes long is the coming up with the video, like thinking of the idea.
But if you're a YouTuber, you know that shit is absolutely exhausting sometimes.
That's crazy.
Now, my personal opinion, if something is your job and it's how you make your money, then leaving for half a year just because you're a bit tired of the content grind doesn't really make too much sense. It would honestly be better if he either uploaded only a few times a week or just decided to hire a video editor at that point. Because imagine someone who worked a 9-to-5 job, if they just decided to leave for months on end and just came back to work one day like nothing was out of the ordinary. He would probably be fired right there on the spot. But Cory knows he can get away with leaving YouTube because he knows his viewers will wait for his return and his viewership will stay the same, if not only increase. This is because Coryxkenshin is pretty much immune to becoming irrelevant, and this is for a few reasons. The first—
I'm gonna stop him right there. And this is no hate to this guy. I think he's speaking from a place of ignorance. By the way, ignorant is not a bad word. Ignorance just means he does not know. Okay? I'm not calling him a dumb fuck. I'm saying he's ignorant to what it is to be a big content creator. And there's some things that I'm ignorant about from Cory's level. But from somebody that is of a level in content creation, talking about
one being that he's already quite well known for becoming irrelevant.
Saying like, oh, what did he say? Just so I can get his words right.
How you make your money, then leaving for half a year just because you're a bit tired of the content.
Okay, bet. So he said leaving for half a year because you're a bit tired of the content grind. I'm not gonna sit up here and say making content is it's hard. I'm not saying none of that bullshit. I know that it's a lot easier for me to sit at this fucking desk and go, haha, that's a funny video, right guys? And get paid way more than anybody for doing some real hard work like fucking plumbing, okay? Like, I'm not saying that. But I will say that there is a mental aspect of content creation. But there is an aspect of content creation that takes such a mental toll on you. Like I've talked about it before, that it's like this crazy irony that the more followers you have, the more subscribers you have, the more alone you kind of start to feel. And like, I know content creators that are huge, that have all of that, and they have a very solid core of people around them, and they can kind of get past that mental aspect. Versus I know content creators who have all that stuff and don't have a solid core of people because people are fake, or, you know, they never really had like a really close friend that they super fuck with, and that loneliness can get to them then. Because then you're like, do you really fuck with me because I'm me, or do you fuck with me because I have this many followers and this many fucking views and I have money and blah, 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 blah. And that's just one aspect of it. Like, sometimes it's hard to just be in front of a camera and put on a fucking show. And so anytime Cory, and I've been lucky enough to talk to Cory in real life. So being able to talk to him, being able to meet him, and like really get his kind of take on it, I completely understand why Cory takes his breaks. Like, it's not easy, you know? I love Coryxkenshin, bro. You talk to him? Yeah, I met him at DreamCon. He called me a goat. Almost cried. The other aspect is that life you have outside of your job. But the thing about content creation, man, is it's so different than having a job, because when you clock out for most jobs, versus like you post a video as a content creator, right? Like even right now, I have YouTube videos up that are like demonetized for no reason. And then I have to, like, luckily I have Jerson, who's my editor, to like handle that for me. But like if Cory handles everything alone, he's constantly fighting an uphill battle with YouTube to get his remonetized or get his put back on the platform. He's constantly making a video for people's entertainment, even when he doesn't feel entertaining, because you don't always do. There's good days and bad days. He's the one that's editing his content. That's a crazy toll. There's a reason why content, like editing, is its own job. There are people who edit. Anytime he takes a hiatus, I'm never mad at him. And that's why I don't really like to take words like he's immune to irrelevancy. He can get away. It's not something that he's doing to get away with. Like, do I know Coryxkenshin top to bottom? No. Like, I don't know what type of person he genuinely is, but that's because I don't know him as a person. But from when I was able to talk to him, he seems just like a super loving dude, a super cool guy. And so I could tell that he does these things, he takes these hiatuses for his own mental breaks, and comes back when he feels ready. And anybody that's a real like follower of him, subscriber of him, whatever you want to call it, like, that's just something that you have to understand. Some people are just like that, and that's okay. If Cory wants to do that, fucking, then I'll be here when he posts. If he doesn't want to do that, he doesn't want to do that. So I don't know. To me personally, I just don't like he can do it because he can get away with it. Because he's not saying it as like a big fuck you to us, to the watchers. The motherfucker's a human being, bro. He's a literal human. And sometimes you don't want to be in front of a camera and like, share, and comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell.
And grind doesn't really make too much sense. It would honestly be better if he either uploaded only a few times a week, or
decided the agent yapped a lot. My bad, bro. I'll just sit here and be quiet for the rest of the video.
To hire a video editor at that point. Because imagine someone who worked a 9-to-5 job, if they just decided to leave for months on end and just came back to work one day like nothing was out of the ordinary. He would probably be fired right there on the spot. But Cory knows
being a YouTuber ain't nothing like a 9-to-5. When you take a break from 9 to 5 for a long time, you get fired for a good reason. But imagine having your own YouTube channel that you edit, and manage, and taking a break and getting hate. Like, that's unfair as fuck. Yeah,
get away with leaving YouTube because he knows his viewers will wait for his return, and his viewership will stay the same, if not only increase. This is because Coryxkenshin is pretty much immune to becoming irrelevant, and this is for a few reasons. The first one being that he's already quite well known for taking breaks because he's been doing it for years at this point. His viewers will see that he hasn't uploaded in a while and just assume he's on break and will return just like he has every single time. These hiatuses have unintentionally built a cult-like fan base of people who are always left wanting more from him, and they never know when he's gonna come back either because he just doesn't update his fans when he's gone. It's actually a psychology trick from the 48 Laws of Power that rappers like Playboi Carti have even used to their advantage. The second reason is that his content has a huge replayability factor. Videos that he uploaded years ago are still being discovered by people who have never watched him before. They start binging his content and they eventually subscribe, and then they wait until he posts a new video, which is actually how he was able to reach 10 million subscribers without posting a single video in that time period. The third reason is that he's honestly just too big to fail at this point. Coryxkenshin's fame has reached a point where he's become somewhat of a household name. I'm not joking, literally almost everyone in my high school knew who Cory was. So just imagine how popular he is for the younger generation and just how much of an impact he has on them. I mean, he just made a cameo in the new Five Nights at Freddy's movie, so there's definitely no question that he's at least pretty well known. And those are pretty much the reasons why he can't really fall off at this point. At the time of this recording, it's already been over half a year since he last uploaded, yet he could probably upload a video tomorrow and it would probably go on the trending page with millions of views. So it looks like Coryxkenshin will most likely come back to YouTube soon because he knows he has a very loyal fan base that will always wait for him no matter how long he's gone for. And he'll probably
he's looking at this whole thing wrong. Like it's not any YouTuber can fall off. It's not even that. Like, he keeps saying he knows he can come back because he has a loyal fan base. It's not even that. It's not even the, oh, I know I can just drop a video whenever and people are gonna watch it. Like that's not what it is. It's the fact that it's like, all right, I'm ready. I'm ready to get back into this kind of content machine and plug into the internet. You know, it's so, I don't know how to explain it, man, because I don't want to sound like I'm complaining in any way, but y'all gotta realize, like, when y'all watch me, right? Like, y'all are watching versus me, I'm creating, I'm just staring at a camera in my room alone. And Cory's on YouTube. He doesn't live stream like all of his shit. You know, so like, for at least when I'm doing it, I had people to talk to. It feels like people are at least here. But with him, bro, he's fucking playing the game and it's like, wasn't that great, chat? Or wasn't that great, guys? You see what I'm saying? Using your creative side of your brain is still exhausting, I feel you. And it's just different. Like, I don't think that it's hard. Like, I don't think this content creating shit is harder than fucking laying asphalt in the fucking summer. But there's a mental aspect of it that is tough that you have to get over as you're creating content. And a lot of people don't realize that. And that's why when people go, oh, I want to be a content creator, bro, I want to be famous, I want to do this. Like, if you're going to get into content for being famous, like, you're gonna end up hating just because of the mental toll it takes on you. But that's not something that I ever let y'all know because I'm not here to do that. I'm here to make y'all laugh and then get off the internet. And whatever day I have after that that's my day. That's up to me. Y'all will never know that. I'm your entertainer. That's the trade-off we have. I entertain, you consume the content of entertainment. High five. And so that's why I just say I understand why he takes the breaks he does. Everybody that's like, well, he could at least tell us. There's almost an aspect where it's like, it's better to ask for permission than forgiveness, right? Because it's like, what if Cory's like, yo, I'll be back in a month. And then a month happens and he's not. Then it's worse. Then it's just worse than not saying anything. You see what I'm saying? A whole lot of yapping. Yeah, bro. What am I supposed to do? What do you want to watch then? Just go watch the YouTube. Why Coryxkenshin keeps leaving YouTube? Go watch the video. By yourself.
Also take even more breaks after that if we're being completely honest here, but there's no doubt that when it comes to YouTube, Coryxkenshin is one of the most influential gaming creators out there. And when it's all said and done and he eventually leaves for good, he'll definitely be remembered for quite a long time.
He was just throwing some shade. I ain't gonna lie. Cory said he's gonna start a new channel. Really? Why? A couple months is even okay, but 9 months is just hard to even imagine sometimes, no shade. And I'm not saying that there's not truth to that, but at the end of the day, I'm just gonna side with the person, man. Especially as a creator, I'm gonna side with the creator.